All right, y'all. It's December 2nd, 2025, and today we will be working on the car. Now, I have two things we're going to work on today. Number one, the intake hose, because a few days ago, I found out the reason this car wasn't running right was because it had a major vacuum leak. Well, major vacuum leak. The intake hose has two cracks in it, so that might be why it wasn't revving so high, and it sounded like it was running on two cylinders. So today we're going to be replacing the intake hose and the coolant tank, which has a hole in it because it was hitting the alternator pulley. So we're going to work on those two things today, and hopefully it runs right now. Let's get into it. So first things first, we're going to start with the intake hose because that's the easiest thing to do right now because it's like right here. So we're going to go ahead and take that off. To remove the intake hose, all you have to do is remove the vacuum line connected to the valve cover gasket, loosen your two worm clips. These are 8 millimeter bolts, so get you an 8 millimeter socket and loosen them up. And after you do that, hose comes off like this. This is the old intake hose. One hole, two holes. Obviously, it's not in good condition. Obviously, it's not in good condition, so we're just gonna toss that to the side. Now we're going to install the new hose. This is the new hose. No cracks in the bellows. No holes anywhere. We're gonna toss it on, see how this works. Well, we're gonna toss it on and hope that this works. Okay, make sure we got the hose seated on there properly. Now, the hose is seated properly. Let's reconnect the vacuum line. All right, vacuum hose is connected. Now we're going to tighten the worm clip back up. Make sure the clips are tight, but not too tight. Now we're going to get in the car, crank it up. This is what the car sounded like before I replaced the intake hose. Now here's what the car sounds like after I replace the intake hose. The battery's dead. Okay, before we jump it off, let's tighten our cables. Suck that down. Cable is literally tight. Alright, let's try that first. Turning my car off because gas ain't cheap right now. Gas is actually going back up. Anyway. Sometimes it's just a loose battery cable. We're gonna let the car warm up and let the oil circulate for a bit. And I'm gonna move my car because, I brought it up here for nothing. Well, not for nothing, because whatever, I'm gonna move my car. Alright, car's warmed up, so I'm gonna give it a few revs just to see if it sounds any different. So that was a bust. Oh well. On to the next thing, the coolant tank. As you can see, this thing is barely holding on. Literally, it's held on by a string. Let's go ahead and replace the coolant tank. This is a really simple thing. All you gotta do is cut this off because, it's not gonna be used anymore. And there's that. Next, we're gonna disconnect the hose from the radiator to the tank. All you gotta do is get a pair of pliers, loosen the clip, and simply pull this off. Yeah, that's a hole. I can put my finger through there. Like the old intake hose, we're just gonna toss that to the side. we're gonna put in the new coolant tank. See how this one looks better? No hole. We're gonna clean it out before I even put this tank on. And it's leaking. Alright, we got the tank cleaned out. Now we're gonna drop it in, and hope for the best. Because, well, this car's about to piss me off. But that's okay. I have patience, and I will do whatever it takes to get this thing back on the road. Right. All right. New tank is on, and it's secure. No more hitting the alternator. Yeah, no more hitting the alternator. And we're good. Now we're going to fill it up with coolant and see if it leaks out. It's leaking. We have encountered a problem. The tank is leaking. Feeling kind of defeated today, but it's whatever. I'm gonna go inside and do some more research on this car. After a much needed break, I disconnected the battery, took it inside, charged it up for a little bit, and I reset the computer. You just do that by connecting the terminals together. So now we're gonna throw the battery back in and see what happens. Right. Right, battery's in. Tighten up the negative cable. Battery's reconnected. Now we're gonna crank it back up, and hopefully, this will fix the throttle issue. I doubt it will, but one can always hope, you know. That fixed nothing. It revs a tiny bit higher, just a tiny bit. So, oh my God. Okay, I'm not giving up on this car. I'm not giving up. The next thing for me to check will probably be the crank sensor and cam sensor. I'm going to check those out, but I don't have time today because, well, the sun's down and it's about to get dark, and I don't have enough lights to do that.